moving up the road to Dens. He's lost only 2 of the 7 matches between the clubs since he joined the First Division leaders. Our commentators at Tannadice are Andy Gray and Jock Brown.
And so very interesting team changes. Only one made by Dundee United in the team which beat St Mirren on Saturday. 19-year-old Duncan Ferguson has recovered from a groin injury and he's preferred to Hamish French to partner Darren Jackson up front. Jackson, the leading goal scorer for Dundee United this season, with 16 goals. The midfield powerhouse is Jim McInally, signed in May 1986 from Coventry City, and he was signed exactly the same day as Dave Bowman, who came from Coventry with him at £150,000 deal. The Dundee manager, Gordon Wallace, has made 1 or 2 changes. He's reacted to that home defeat against Brechin on Saturday by leaving out Colin West and Joe McBride. Albert Craig and Sean McSkimming are the replacements, and that suggests a more cautious approach. Billy Dodds, though, is the main striking threat. The ex-Chelsea player has scored 17 times this season for Dundee. Willie Jimison was signed as a centre-half, although he started his career as a striker with Hibernian. And Tom Carson, a very experienced goalkeeper, although he's taken some time to force his way into the Dundee League side on a regular basis, costing £50,000 from Dumbarton in 1984. And a very experienced FIFA official, it's George Smith from Edinburgh, who's handled 3 Scottish Cup finals in the last decade, and ideally suited to a match of this tension. So the Tennent's Scottish Cup quarter-final gets underway, with Dundee kicking off, and it will be very interesting indeed to see what tactical ploys are taken up by Gordon Wallace, the Dundee manager in particular.
Just looking at United's formation, Jock, sometimes they do use John Clark and Kravokovic as markers, with Freddie van der Hoorn as a sweeper, and push Maurice Malpass forward. But it looks as if they're starting with a flat back 4 as well, with John Clark playing as in the natural right back position, Maurice Malpass left back. So it looks like we've got 2 teams playing natural 4-4-2s.
Certainly will be very difficult for either manager to surprise the other. John Clark is a very dangerous figure inside that Dundee box. Headed away was by Craig. Here's Dave Bowman. Led away by Jimison. Good pass from Dodds just behind Albert Craig. Calm play there by Dinny. So Frail couldn't reach that in time. The throw goes to United. So Dundee operating with 2 20-year-olds and a 21-year-old in midfield beside Gordon Chisholm. So this will be a major test for these young men. Jackson returning it to McKinnon. Left by Bowman for John Clark. Well, his shooting power is renowned. He has incredible power from these positions outside the penalty box.
Oh yes, there's no question that John Clark is certainly capable. And this is what Dundee will have to be careful of, that they don't drop too far back and allow someone with the power of John Clark into that kind of range.
Sean McSkimming showing good pace there on the flank. Confident play by the youngster. John Clark, his opponent, is no slouch. Oh, that's great play by Jackson. McInally helped to the cross, but Frail showing excellent anticipation here and testing the pace of Malpass. Well, Malpass unhappy about the fact that he thought he was pushed by Frail. There's McMartin playing it in. There's a chance for United. Handball, surely. It comes off the crossbar, but the whistle is gone. It was handball by Albert Craig, but this was an undoubted chance for Dundee.
Well, I'm not really sure what Albert Craig is trying to do in bringing it down in there, Jock. It's a perfect cross just for Albert Craig to put his head on it and just give Dundee the lead, but he decides to try and bring it down. Could only use his arm, and the linesman was quite right in flagging. It was a handball.
John O'Neill helps it on. Shannon playing it into space beyond John Clark. Albert Craig makes the run. Here's McSkimming. Well, John O'Neill showing another aspect of his talents, making a very tough tackle there, but he lost the throw-in decision. Here's Dodds. Clark goes sliding in. Well, he seemed to play the ball. That's what John Clark is suggesting to referee George Smith. But the referee will have a word with the big defender.
Well, my first impressions are he's won the ball, Jock, and seeing it again, I'm not going to change that. I mean, I thought that was a good tackle. I think perhaps the crowd helped Billy Dodds' cause there on that far side.
Well, right in front of the Dundee fans, that incident. So Sean McSkimming will take this free kick. Jimison's looking for space inside the box. It's away by Malpass. Denny making a very good effort from long range. Well, that was well struck indeed by Alan Denny. He's scored twice this season from his full-back position.
Well, we've talked about John Clark's power, but look at this for a strike from Alan Denny. That's very, very close.
Get a chance though for Dodds. He's clear now with a great chance for Dundee. 29 minutes gone. Dundee go ahead. And the scorer is Billy Dodds.
Well, it's no surprise it's that young man with 17 goals to his credit already, Jock, that he's the one that's opened the scoring. But it comes at a time when Dundee United are having their best spell, and really a goal out of nothing. If you just look, it's a hopeful ball. This is not good defending from Freddie van der Hoorn, who gets caught on the wrong side of Billy Dodds. But what composure from the young man. If you look at it, Jock, defenders should not be caught that side. That's the wrong side if you're defending. But Billy Dodds takes full advantage and makes Dundee United pay.
So what a turnaround in events. Just as United appear to be growing in confidence, Billy Dodds turns the game around and Dundee are ahead. And that goal, no doubt, will be worrying Jim McLean, the United manager, because Freddie van der Hoorn is usually operating in the role as sweeper behind two markers, but on that occasion he was caught one-on-one with Dodds and lost out for pace. Here's McKinnon, looking for a quick reply. United headed by Ferguson. It appeared to come off the post. Oh, what a magnificent reply from Dundee United.
Yes, and Gordon Wallace would have been furious if they could see it. But look at the header. He knows exactly what he's doing. It's not hit the post. It's a wonderful save from Tom Carson.
Carson's committed. Out it comes to Krivokapic. McKinnon timing the cross. Duncan Ferguson keeps the ball in play. Stumped off the line. There's the chance for John Clark. Looking for a penalty for handball. The referee waving aside these furious United players. And one or two skirmishes developing. Dave Bowman and Rob Shannon appear to have squared up. Well, Shannon's a bit later who's down, and Albert Craig going to administer justice of his own as far as Dave Bowman is concerned. Well, this driven shot from Clark appeared to strike Shannon. We'll see this again.
Well, there's all sorts of confusion in here. It's Duncan Ferguson that causes it. That's a great leap as it comes down. And really, just look at that. Why did Aaron Jackson hit that then? He looks for the layoff. And look at that. You can see Rab Shannon. They're looking for handball. That's no chance of handball. It hits Rab Shannon straight on the jaw.
Great lead that though by Duncan Ferguson. The clearance was by Chisholm. And as Jackson looked up, he saw Clark in space, and it's straight off the face of Shannon. Well, Albert Craig and Dave Bowman became a little bit entangled there off the ball. Some little disagreement. So Bowman using his physical attributes in the middle of the field. Good touch on the ball too, though. Handball there by Malpass. Ferguson did well. Jackson helping it on. The marking is very tight indeed. Ray McKinnon invited to leave this to Dave Bowman, is capable of a long throw. Duncan Ferguson is the likely target. An acrobatic attempt there, but it's back with John O'Neill. Oh, fine turn by O'Neill. Trying a little too much on the ball. It's played in again by Van der Hoorn. There's Ferguson getting up. And Stephen Frail back, helping in defence, turning that away for the throw. United building up the pressure towards half-time.
It's been a good reply from them, Jock, since the goal's gone in. I feel if Jim McLean was looking for something, he certainly got that. They'll show a great determination to get back in the game.
There's Bowman again. And a fine effort there from the edge of the penalty area from John O'Neill, showing excellent, quick control to set himself for the shot.
Yes, they're getting closer and closer. Again, it's a long throw. They've used it quite a few times tonight. And with somebody like Duncan Ferguson in there, this causes them problems. But it's very, very close from O'Neill, who's came close once before already tonight.
So a Scottish Cup newcomer effectively, but doing extremely well on the right flank for United. Here's John Clark. Again, the high ball aimed for Ferguson. McInally in the box, trying to get on the end of that head flick from McKinnon. Tireless player, Jim McInally. And Stephen Frail has done an excellent job for Dundee in a midfield role. And in by Malpass towards Ferguson. Well, trying one of those turns which Jim McLean coaches so well for his young strikers.
And I'm sure another long throw on its way to the box.
Ferguson helping that on. There's the equaliser, surely it's McKinnon. A superb reply by Dundee United. So what a fine reply.
Well, they'd always threatened, Jock, for the last 10 minutes. It's been a good reply. And once again, it's the Bowman long throw, the Ferguson flick on, and there's Ray McKinnon doing what all good midfield players should do, getting in where it hurts and finishing very, very confidently indeed. Just the boost that United wanted before half-time.
Well, what an incredible reply by Dundee United. Raymond McKinnon getting only his second goal of the season. Could scarcely have been more welcome. McKinnon playing it in first time, not quite what he intended. The referee George Smith brings an excellent first half to an end. Dundee drawing first blood just before the half hour with a goal from Billy Dodds, but United striking back very quickly indeed with an equaliser 6 minutes from the end from Ray McKinnon. There's Billy Dodds, who had such an impressive first half. So too did Ray McKinnon. They're the men who scored the goals in the first half. It's Dundee United 1, Dundee 1. Malpass lofting it through the middle again. Headed away by Jimison. There's Bowman. He knew exactly where Jackson was. That's quick play by Jackson. Helped by McInally. Kovarovic playing it to the far post. In comes young John O'Neill. Well, certainly not renowned for his heading prowess, but willing to attack the ball. He's taken a blow above the right eye.
He's actually got in the box quite often tonight and has been very unlucky. First half with a couple of shots. And here you can see again his determination to get in and cause problems.
Alan Denny's throw, helped on by Frail. O'Neill's header, played forward by McInally. Good play from United, played in short this time for Ferguson. It runs for Jackson, and the challenge was made by Shannon. Well, that was much more like Dundee United. What an attacking flurry.
It was a good attacking flurry, Jock, and if I was Gordon Wallace, I would be very anxious. I'd be very surprised.
Jackson trying to turn by himself. That's a great save there by Tom Carson. Jackson can't believe it. Did all the hard work to set himself for that shooting opportunity.
Well, I was just about to say, you can't ask your team to defend for 45 minutes under constant pressure and hope to get away with it. You would have felt sure United would get one, and they almost do by a wonderful turn from Darren Jackson. But again, Good goalkeeping from Tom Carson. Made himself big, didn't go too early, stayed on his feet. That was good goalkeeping.
Darren Jackson's early time at Tannadice marred by injury, taking some time to recover, but at his best this season. Oh, what a very tough exchange there in the middle of the field. Ray McKinnon going into that very tough tackle and conceding a free kick.
I think it's more or less just he's beaten really by Alan Dundee and he just couldn't stop himself going into him, but he looks a very tough, uncompromising young character.
Well, Ray McKinnon had his troubles at Tannadice earlier in the season, clashing with the manager Jim McLean, and has returned recently to the fold. Jackson had enough pace, he's away from Craig. Appear to be eased off that. There's Jackson again. This must be the leading goal. Brilliant play by Jackson. Pace initially and then skill and determination, giving United the lead.
Well, it looks as if he was saying to Billy Dodds, anything you can do, I can do better. And it's his blistering pace that gives him the opportunity. Mark Craig just can't cope with it, but he shows great strength here. He may have gone down there drop, but he shows determination. Going to get up. It's not finished for him yet. Great finish, but not unexpected at all.
Well, a goal which has been threatened right from the start of the second half. Jackson appeared to be eased out of that, but look at the way he kept his eye on the ball, made that opportunity for himself, then showed that delightful touch to get away from Tom Carson and beat Brad Shannon to the loose ball.
Looking at that again, Jock, I bet you Mark Craig's thinking to himself, why didn't I just clear it? Because he did get to the ball first. He could have played it out for a corner or a throw-in, but decided to try and take the route back to his goalkeeper, and Darren Jackson's made him pay heavily for that. This is a real test for this Dundee side now, Jock.
So Dundee coming forward with Chisholm. Here's Mike Skimming, trying to go outside John Clark. Well, the big fellow was quick in the turn, and he made a very good tackle there. There's Malpass. McInally. United now looking for what could turn out to be the killer goal. Played in by O'Neill. So here's Billy Dodds chasing again fiercely with Clark. Look at the strength of Clark as he comes out of that tight corner. Ferguson played it across. He was fouled after the ball was released, and it's driven in by John O'Neill, but the referee, I think, may take some action off the ball. Well, no, he's quite content to let the play flow.
But this is a crucial time for Dundee, Jock. United have really got them on the rack. There's certainly nothing wrong with Dundee's commitment in trying to win it back, but as you see here, it comes to Ferguson. He's caught very, very late. And this is good goalkeeping again by Tom Carson.
Campbell, back to McMartin. Jackson's layoff, here's Ferguson. Help over to the far side in the form of John O'Neill. Looking to run it, Dini once again. Such a tricky player. That's good running by O'Neill. There's the header by Ferguson, and that should tie it up for Dundee United. Well, a goal which Dundee United cannot begrudge.
Certainly not, and no surprise again, Jock. Now a very tired looking Dundee side. You see he's involved right away, Ferguson. He plays it to O'Neill and starts to make his way like all tall strikers to the far post. John O'Neill thinks, I'll deliver it there, the rest's up to you. And that's a good header. Tom Carson given no chance. But what's good about this cross, Jock, is when you get to a certain angle, you can't look near post because defenders go and block it. Look at Mark Craig, he's in there blocking the near post. So it's good awareness on O'Neill's part to look to the back post, where goalkeepers have got a long way to go to get across the goal and block it.
Well, 19-year-old Duncan Ferguson's third goal of the season, and he has made a very big impression in a short time in the Dundee United first team. But that was also a goal which demonstrated one aspect of John O'Neill's play which had not been so convincing earlier in the evening, and that was the ability to cross an accurate ball. The free kick there to United. Stephen Frail showing his frustration with that tackle. United imposing themselves now on Dundee on every area of the field. And there's the kind of crazy goal which could turn things around. It came off Albert Craig, and Alan Main really must have had his heart in his mouth.
Well, it's quite incredible that your team is coasting to victory and your goalkeeper does something like this, and this can so easily have ended up in the net, Jock. I can't believe what Alan Main was thinking about there.
Controlled by Ferguson. Bowman to McInally. Frill did well with the tackle. Clark to McKinley. Here's O'Neill. So free kick to United outside the penalty box. Now United have the thundering power here of John Clark available. Billy McKinley too, and Miodrag Krivokapic could come forward. But it's left to Clark. Off the underside of the crossbar, there's Ferguson. Well, a grateful Tom Carson collects the ball, but John Clark couldn't come any closer to a free kick goal.
Well, there was power, there was bend, it was dipping. Tom Carson enjoys good fortune here though, as Ferguson comes in, thinks he's got his second, but the goalkeeper just rolls over and calmly collects it.
Right across the far post, Jackson trying to get on the end of that. He has the chance now to return the ball. And the clearance there inside the penalty box ends the match for Dundee United. Darren Jackson's goal turned the match United's way in the second half. It was a brilliant piece of finishing. He then had Duncan Ferguson there to nod home John O'Neill's cross for the third killer goal. That's why these United players, fans rather, are applauding so vehemently. It was an outstanding all-round performance from Dundee United after such spirited resistance from Dundee. There's the full-time score. Dundee United 3, Dundee 1.
Another stirring Tennant Scottish Cup tie, and I think we'd have to say, Derek, that from the halfway point on there was only going to be one winner, really, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was very even up to half-time, Dougie. Dundee played well, but I think they burnt themselves out in the second half. Dundee United up to pace a bit and always looked a yard quicker, especially in midfield where they won the match.
Yeah. All credit to Dundee though, particularly in that first 45.
Yeah.
They really went at United and of course took the lead with a very good opening goal, well taken by Billy Dodds.
Well, very much so. I mean, it's a ball there, it should never have came through, but Van der Hoorn's terrible, really. I mean, he's the wrong side of the player, but look at the finish. Little Billy Dodds, something like 18 goals this season. He won't get any better than that. But Jim McLean obviously gave him a mouthful at half-time, Van der Hoorn. It was probably the only mistake that he made in the game, and it cost Dundee United the goal. But really, they came back well after that. And when you've got a striker that's about 6'5", you've got to use him at all set pieces. Great touch here, and it's a great finish. But really, you've got to look at young Friel. He was marking there. Look, when you see the mark, he drops his man. Look, number 7, he just dropped his man there, and you don't miss from about 6 yards, do you?
Ray McKinnon in there to take the chance.
This is one that happened a few times, man for man. Darren Jackson's pace gave the Dundee defence all sorts of problems, but that was bad defensive stuff again there by Craig, and the tremendous finishing by Darren Jackson, cool under pressure there and stuck it in the net. His pace was invaluable tonight. I think the two of them worked well together, him and the big Duncan Ferguson. Look at the pace.
The amazing similarity between this goal and Billy Dodds in a lot of ways, coming through from exactly the same angle.
He just tried to be too clever there, Mark Craig. He should have just put the ball out for a corner kick. I mean, when in doubt, get it out. That's what they say, and that was a turning point in the game, because as soon as Dundee United went in front, there's no way Dundee were going to catch him. There's a big fella there. What lovely touches he had tonight. He's a big lad, but that's him getting in the box. Good stuff here again by O'Neill. Very, very impressive player, this boy is. Look at the ball over here. Look, wee Joe Miller would be proud of this header after Saturday. Look, you don't miss them, do you?
I tell you what, for all that it's the corner shop, as Jim McLean is so fond of calling his team, they just keep on producing these great young players, and we've seen another.
Look at the big fella standing off the back. He's got the run. Big James is not watching him. Look, he gets a run on it. Look, there's nothing much you can do with that. The centre half or the goalkeeper. Tremendous finish. Yeah,
so United in the end will worth their win. Yeah. Are they going to break their duck? Do you think they can win the cup this year, Derek?
Well, they've been there 5 times, Dougie, and haven't done it. I would doubt it. But if they keep playing the way they are, then they're in with a shout.